everyone, it's Tammy, and today we're going to make this happy birthday card. Ooh, well, I didn't put birthday on here, but I think it's okay. Actually, I kind of like it like this. Yeah, and then on the inside I have happy birthday to you. So that's cute. I like it. So I am using a Scripty birthday from Mama Elephant stamp set along with the Moose and Friends from Hello Bluebird stamp set. So everything is from Hello Bluebird except for the Happy Birthday to You. That one is the one that is from Mama Elephant. So to make this card, it's an A2 size card, so you just need a base, and then you also need an inside, which is 4. So the base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So it makes an A2 size card. So then I have an inside that is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm just going to take that, since I've already stamped on it, and go ahead and put that on the inside. And I'm just going to put it right in the middle, so there's a nice little border around all the sides. And then I also need all of my little pieces, all my little critters. And I have those already colored and cut out. I have a piece of pattern cardstock that I had in a paper pack, and then I have a piece of white cardstock. Both of these are cut at 5.5 by 4 1/4, so they fit directly right on top of the card base. So what I'm going to do first, though, is I need to cut my card base. And so to do that, I'm going to take my cutter, and this is what's going to make the middle section here where it's a little bit divided. And I'm going to measure 2 inches. And I want to cut the front of the card at 2 inches. I want to cut it all the way to the score line. And then I want to turn it around and cut 2 inches from the other side. So I'm doing 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the bottom of the card. And I'm doing the exact same thing. So I'm just cutting it to the score line. I know you might not be able to see all of that, but you can see it now, how it just cuts out the whole thing. And then I'm going to cut this little flap off. And I don't need that. So I'm just lining this up with my wire guide and trimming it off. So now we have kind of a strange looking card. I need that cutter still, but first let's go ahead and put this on the inside so I can get these pages to not flap around. And I'm just going to make sure that it's cut okay. And I think it is. It's good enough. So then I'm going to take my glue, and I'm just going to put it all around this flap. And this flap. And then I'm going to put this down and close the flap. So now the card opens like that. And then I want this to be just a little less, just a scotch less than 2 inches. So I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch in. So it's 1 7/8 inches. And I'm going to do that twice. 1 7/8 inches. And then same with the width. I want the width to be 4 and a little more than, or a little less than a quarter. So let me check, see what that is. 4 by 1/8. Now these are going to go on the flaps. And there's not going to be much of a border at all, but that's okay, that's what I wanted. So let's go ahead and glue these down. And you can use any kind of adhesive that you like. I just love this art glitter glue, so I use it often. I do love my ATG gun too, but I just don't use that as often anymore. Kind of like, you know, I really love my Cricut, but I don't always use that, or my Silhouette. I'm going to put this one on the top. So I did color all of these using alcohol markers. I used my fine color markers. You can find those on Etsy or on Amazon. They have them lots of places now. And I also need to use some dimensionals and some glue dots for this project. So what did I do with my dimensionals? There's big dimensionals. Okay, there. Let's say, but I had some mini dimensionals. So I have my mini dimensionals, and then I also want, so this happy looks like balloons, and there's little balloon, you know, knots at the bottom of each one. So I'm going to cut 5 pieces of string, and I have a little bit over here, so that it will, I can use it to like hold the string, or hold the balloons in the air. So I'm gonna make this longer than I need, but I don't know how long I need it yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. 5. So there's 1 for each letter of happy. And then I'm going to take some glue dots and put those where the balloon stem is. Right there, 1. I don't know what side that one's on. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to just stick one of these to each of those. Three, 4, 5. So this is a closer look of how that looks. And I'm going to also put some pop dots on here. And I really like these mini ones for some of these projects lately. And once you have that how you want it, then you can put that, well, I'm going to put this on the top of my card. And then what I did with the last one is I took these and just put them over here to the side and just tied it in a little ponytail kind of thing with a bow. So let me do that again, but this time I think I'm gonna make it go up a little bit higher. I just think it'll be easier to tie the bow and to get all the critters in here. Alright, just had to tie that bow, and I'm going to make it a little smaller. There we go, and then now I can trim off all of the edges, or all of the excess, not edges. Alright, and then I did 3 animals, and the only one that looks like he's holding something is the beaver. So that's the one I'm going to use to hold this. And on the first card I put him down here, but I'm going to move him up for this particular card just because I think it will look a little better. So I'm taking a glue dot and putting it on his hand, and then I'm also going to take a couple dimensionals to raise him up. Taking the backs off the dimensionals. And I'm going to do him up here a little bit more. So I'm going to turn him over so I can see it. And I'm just going to pick one of these strings and make it go on the glue dot. If 2 of them come, that's fine. It doesn't matter. And then I'm just pushing them between the glue dots, or not glue dots, I'm putting it on the glue dots, I'm pushing them kind of between the pop dots. And I want him over here a little bit because I still need room for my tree. So I need one more pop dot, it looks like, on the bottom of him. So let's put this little guy down here. Whoops. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and do the tree next. So the little tree stump, this will hold the birthday cake. And for this one I just went ahead and put him straight down on the card with the glue. I'm going to put the skunk next to him, kind of looking into it, smelling the yumminess of the cake. Then I have little mushrooms that I'm just going to put around the stump, and maybe one by the beaver. So I have 2 mushrooms, and then I have another piece of grass that I'll put by the mushroom too. And then I'm going to pop dot the cake. Where's my owl? Oh, there he is. Looks like I have more room on this side. I'm going to pop dot him this time too. I didn't pop dot him on the first card, but I'm going to on this one. And I did pop dot the skunk on the first card, and I didn't on this one. So, you know, they're a little bit different. Peel off the backing. Yeah, I want to make sure I got it. Put that right there, and then I'm going to give him a hat, a birthday hat. Or should I give him the, maybe I'll give the hoot owl the little hoot hoot thing. I think I'm going to give him the hoot hoot thing. The little, I don't know what to call it other than the hoot hoot thing. There we go. That looks cute. Kind of looks like a pipe, but I think we know he's not smoking a pipe or a cigarette or whatever. Oh, I was going to pop dot this. I'm still going to. I can just get the glue off. Oops. Crafting in real life happens every time. I accidentally took a paper off, so let me get the dot that has the paper off. Goodness. Okay, so now I'm going to stick that right there on the tree stump. And I should still have two hats, so that means both the skunk and the beaver get a hat. Might give this red one to the beaver, or to the skunk. And then that means that this bluish, purplish one gets to go to the beaver. Just going to put a little bit on the bottom of him since he is pop dotted. He's a fun looking beaver. And there is our card. Isn't that cute? And it's really fun. Just that little 2 inches gave it a little bit of a different look and made it a little bit more exciting, maybe. I don't know. I think it's cool. And then I also took some stickles and made some of the areas a little glittery. And then I also took some glossy accents and put it on the balloons so they look a little more realistic, like they're rubberized or whatever. Oh, I love the little toot toot. All right, so there's our card. Thanks so much for watching, and now I get to have them in the mail in time for my recipients' birthdays. Yay! And have a great night. Bye-bye.